as an example of an early Mickey Mouse cartoon, I have to say the Opry House is pretty sweet. I really enjoyed this. There are a few aspects of it that are quite questionable, such as the arrival of a slightly overweight opera guest and the treatment of that character. But for the most part, I thought it was pretty decent. This was released in 1929. Mickey Mouse by this point is starting to look a little bit more like the Mickey Mouse we know today, but he's still kind of fresh and a little bit wet behind the ears. But I really like the animation of Mickey here, directed by Walt Disney and Ub Iwerks, with music by Carl Stalling. Obviously, the music plays a really important part in this because it's set in an opera house. There are a lot of brilliant pieces in this, some of which I recognize quite well, some not. We have Yankee Doodle, which I love. We have something by Rachmaninoff. We have something from Carmen. Really fantastic soundtrack. Really thoroughly enjoyed it, and everything seemed to fit in well with what was going on screen. The premise is quite simple. Mickey Mouse is performing a vaudeville show. I wish vaudeville theatre had not had its heyday because I think it's a fantastic concept, and I wish it was something that we got more of more routinely nowadays. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. He begins to play these different kind of characters, dressing in different costumes. There is a caricature that's maybe a little awkward and a little uncomfortable. I won't go into too much detail about that, but it's certainly yeah, there are aspects of this that are perhaps questionable for today. But at the time, I'd say it's a pretty accurate representation of a vaudeville performance. And Mickey being at the helm, I love. His fight with the piano that takes on its own personality, I loved. I just thoroughly enjoyed the actual performances, as questionable as some of them may have been. The animation style is lovely. It is a pleasure to watch with regards to the animation. It's a product of its time, not just with the vaudeville aspect of it, but the whole asbestos curtain, which obviously is a little bit intimidating, but asbestos being very resistant to fire was often used in fire curtains. I'm assuming that theatre fire curtains are no longer comprising primarily asbestos. But it is beautiful. It's a lot of fun. Questionable, yes, but as a piece of animation, I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed the music selection. The animation style is, as I said, beautiful. It's not my favourite Mickey Mouse short, but that's not really saying much because there are a lot of fantastic contenders for that title. But if you haven't seen the Opry House and you do like Mickey Mouse, definitely give it a go.